Hello, cyberspace. Today is Wednesday, September 28th, 2016. I am Zach. I just wanted to give you guys an update about what's going on. In today's blog post, I want to talk to you about my visits with the dentist. As of late, I went to the dentist yesterday and had some more work done. I'd like to tell you about my HSCT appointments. And I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about preparing for the Olympics and sprout salad. I know that sounds like a really crazy combination of things, but those are the things that I'd like to talk to you about today. So, first, let me tell you about my dentist visit. Okay, so in order to do this whole HSCT thing, one of the things that they'll want to do is an evaluation of my dental records to make sure that my teeth are okay. Don't know a whole lot about. I know that like oral health is really important, and if there happens to be any kind of infection or any kind of like risky stuff going on with your oral health, then that can they'll want to postpone the procedure. So I'm trying to be proactive. I'm trying to. I had two cavities. Two cavities. That's it. I had two cavities over here, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and get those filled. So I called the dentist. I haven't seen them for a year because I haven't had insurance and blah, 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 whatever. So I called the dentist. They're like, okay, yeah, sure, we can do some fillings. Come on in. So I go in. They're like, oh, yeah, you have insurance now. And they cover x-rays and they cover the cleaning and all the other stuff. Like, okay, so my first visit wasn't just to get the fillings done like I thought it would be. So I went in. They did that. And they're like, oh, yeah, this crown up here is leaking and we're going to need to replace that, no charge. And there's a cavity over here plus these two. And I'm like, okay, well, that's like a whole lot of work, but okay, I'm going to have it done anyway, right? So anyway, like they tell me that there's a cavity over here, which I didn't think I had a cavity over here. And he's like, you're really going to have to floss that because my gums were sensitive. And he's like, if you're going to start bleeding, you need to floss more. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So I flossed. I flossed really hard and I flossed a lot over the next couple of days. And then when I went to go see the dentist, the following Tuesday, he's like, Zach, man, you've lost a filling since the last time I saw you. And I'm like since last Thursday? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So then all of a sudden, this one right here didn't really matter anymore, but he was going to go ahead and refill this one. So it's like, okay, well, that's kind of shady that the one that was needing filled didn't need filled anymore because this one conveniently whatever. Okay, cool. So it ends up being this really drawn out thing. We have these two fillings over here, but those two fillings, what I went for didn't actually get done until yesterday. So then he had to fill this, but couldn't do anything with the crown. I don't know. It was crazy. So I have to go back on October 11th to have my crown. They're sending me. They already have I have a temporary crown in right now, and they're going to get the new one shipped. It's porcelain or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I have to do that on October 11th, and then I'll be done. I'll be done with the dentist. But it was just funny because I told the lady at the nurse or the receptionist at the desk, I was like, I must have just flossed it right out. He told me to up my flossing game, so I just flossed that filling right out. So anyway, it was. I guess she had to be there. It was funny. So anyway, so now the dentist is basically all done. I'll have one more appointment on the 11th, October 11th, and then that'll be taken care of. So now that kind of out of the way, I'd like to talk a little bit about the HSCT appointments. This thing has moved a lot faster than I thought it would. Still kind of moving slow, but it's still moving a whole lot faster than I thought it would. I made my initial contact to Chicago's Northwestern Memorial Hospital. I made contact at the end of August, probably August 28th, I think it was. And then they shut me down. And then on September the 7th, they made contact with me. And then I would say it was probably about 10 days on the 17th. I got all of my stuff back to them, yada, yada, yada. So yesterday, the 27th, it's been about a month since I started the process. They have scheduled me for my initial evaluation in Chicago. And I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. I kind of feel like I'm auditioning a little bit. I feel like I have to have this song and dance prepared when I go see Dr. Burt so that he can I can impress him or whatever. I don't know. So my dates for my first set of appointments are November 8th and November 9th. Yay! It's also election day, so Alex and I will have to be voting early for this particular election. So that'll be fun. So that's the lady that I spoke with yesterday told me not to buy my plane tickets until she emails me with my schedule. She said that if I want to go ahead and book the hotels, that's cool because there's might be a conference coming in or something, and that availability might book up fast. But don't book the flights until after I get that schedule. So there's that. That's some really exciting news. So even now I have like a date. Now I have a time period to kind of psych myself up and get ready. Um, I feel like I'm preparing for the Olympics. I feel like I have to, because one of the things with this whole HSCT thing is you can't be so like more, I don't know what the cutoff number is. I think it's like a 6.5 or a 7. I think it's a 6.5 on the EDSS scale. And that's a fancy expanded disability something scale. It's, used to measure neurological function in MS patients. And I've never been given a number officially, but it's something like a 6.5 is being able to walk with crutches. A 7 is like, okay, you're basically wheelchair bound and you can't take more than a couple steps. I spend a lot of my time in the wheelchair, but I spend a lot of time in the wheelchair, but I don't. It's more for energy conservation. I'm not like confined to it. I can still kind of get out and hobble around and whatnot. So anyway, they need you. I feel like I'm preparing for this meet, this Olympic meet. And so I'm doing standing exercises every morning. I'm listening to songs and doing some stuff on my feet, working on my balance, closing my eyes and doing some balance exercise with my eyes closed and that sort of thing. But it's very much preparing for the Olympics. I don't want to run out of time. I know I got to keep these short so that people don't lose interest. I made sprout salad this morning. I was really excited. I've been sprouting a lot: bean sprouts, lentil sprouts, sprouted grains, sprouted rice. Like I sprout all of my stuff, a lot of my stuff now. And so my favorite is to sprout lentils. Well, I sprouted like a pound of lentils, and a pound of lentils makes a whole lot of sprouts. So I have way more sprouts than I know what to do with, and I can't eat them as fast as I've sprouted them. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. So I made some sprout salad this morning. I had some sprouts. I shredded some carrots. I threw in like some onions, some diced onions, and it's like all mixed together with like some hot pepper flakes from like the Korean market. And I am really excited. I made like 2 quart jars of it. It's going to be delicious. So anyway, I think about 7 minutes is probably, if you have stayed with me this long and kept your attention this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch and listen to me. The next time, or my next video, I don't know what I'll talk about in my next video, but I'll have something great. But anyway, thank you all so much for your time, and I hope that you all have a fabulous day. Love and light to you. Bye-bye.